Hey guys, what's up? Once again, welcome back in most powerful and dynamic learning channel, the Learning Destinations. I'm your host Avinash, and today's topic is design your first cloud infrastructure and become the cloud architect. Guys, previously I was mostly dealing with the DevOps tools and technology, but henceforth now I have decided to share the knowledge on the architect level as well. And after these sessions, you will be yourself able to design your own cloud architectures. And when I say the cloud architects, that means you are going to learn from these sessions how you can scale your applications, how you can put your application into high availability, what kind of tools and technology you need to design your applications, and how you can make efficient of your application. That's all things we are going to learn from these sessions, and that is the reason that I had given the name of the cloud architect. It means that you will become the architect, you will gain the knowledge on the architect level from this session. So today we are going to see that how we can design our first web application architecture with AWS Cloud. So without any further delay, let's start. So from the architecture segment, I'm going to show you today that how you can design your first web server architecture with the AWS Cloud. So let's suppose that I, as a user, I need to design the web server applications, right? So definitely the web server application is having the front end, and front end is running on some DNS name, right? Let's suppose that my domain name is avinash.com. In order to host the domain name, we need some DNS services. And inside the AWS, the DNS services is called, basically, it is facilitated by the Route 53 services, right? Then we need to send the response. Let's suppose that I, as a user, I access the avinash.com. The request goes to first the DNS server, and then DNS server routes this request to the particular applications, right? The infrastructure where our application is running, and that route, definitely our domain name is pointing to some IP address, and in this case I have used load balancer. So basically my avinash.com is pointing to load balancers, right? Then after that, in order to make efficient of our applications, I have used CloudFront, okay, that is content delivery network, and that gives the faster responsibility of our users for web applications. And let's suppose that our user is across the globe, right? And this particular application is hosted inside the US, but the users who are sitting in Europe region, they are also accessing. In order to get the faster response for Europe users, I'm using one CloudFront, and simultaneously I'm using one S3 bucket as well in further to reduce the load of my CloudFront, right? So here, till now here, I hope you completely understand. We need first Route 53 services. Then we need the load balancers, where we can point the load balancers IP address to our domain name. The entry goes to Route 53 services. Then in further to get the better efficient, to make efficient of our applications, to get better performance, we are using one CloudFront. And in order to reduce the load of the CloudFront, we are using additionally the S3 resources, right? So now we are going to see that how we can scale our applications, okay? So here you can see I'm using the auto scaling group with the EC2 instances. So here I have basically created, I have created two availability zones. This is the availability zone A, and now there is another availability zone called availability zone B. So we have already two availability zone A and B, and the user firstly try to access avinash.com, right? The user's response goes to these infrastructure through the load balancer. But since internally you can see that we have multiple EC2 instances which is running as a auto scaling group, right? So internally we also need to shift the load, right? It should not be that request only goes to this particular EC2 instances or this particular instances, right? Internally the load should be also shifted, and that's the reason that I have used another particular load balancers inside that our auto scaling group as well. And even though if you want to set up only the auto scaling group, right, inside the AWS, then definitely you must need to use the load balancers. Without load balancers, you cannot set up the auto scaling, right? So there are two load balancers. the first load balancer which sends the request user request to the applications, right? That's how the applications will send the response to the user, right? Then secondly, internally, these particular applications will be managed by this load balancer. So the load will getting shifted among all these EC2 instances, and that's how this user will get the better performance, right? Then this entire process, this entire segment I call as a auto scaling. After that, so this you can assume as a front end, right? This assume as a front end because it is serving the front end content to this particular user, right? Then we need probably the database as well as a backend, right? So this is the primary database and this is the secondary database. So you can create the two database. One, you can act as a primary database, and second one is called as a secondary database, and you can make the cluster as well inside this RDS database, right? So that's how that even though if one database is failure, still your still your one database will keep serving the content to the user without any disturbance, right? So guys, this is the complete infrastructure. This is the complete architect design. So guys, by following this architecture, you can make your own web server architectures, web applications architectures. There is another steps that I haven't shown here, that is the VPC. So in order to configure any applications, in order to design any architect, you first need to design your own custom VPC where you can host all these resources, right? So in order to host auto scaling or the cloud front, right, or the load balancers part, everything needs some certain range of network, right? And that network you can set up in AWS Cloud by making your own custom VPC. So guys, that part I haven't covered because there is a playlist in my channel called AWS Cloud, and where I have already covered these sections like how you can design your own custom VPC. So those who doesn't aware about that, who don't know how to design the custom VPC in AWS, please refer my that particular tutorial in AWS Cloud playlist over there. So guys, this is the simple web server application architecture that I have shown you. You must practice it. You just go inside the AWS Cloud and try to design your infrastructure on the same pattern. And if you have any questions, just let me know. In my upcoming sections, I'm going to show you more this kind of designs. Maybe I will take next time that how you can design your database architecture with the custom VPC, how you can put your database behind the NAT gateway. And in upcoming days, I do have plan to cover more applications architectures with the microservices. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed these sessions. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay guys, so time to say bye from this tutorial, but I will see you soon. I will come soon with some more interesting topics, with some more interesting design. Till the time, thank you so much for watching this. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends and the colleague as well. I will see you soon. Till the time, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.